How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to watch Naruto Shippuden episode 244. Last episode, Naruto was fighting his true self.
I mean, it is a reflection of himself, so they have the exact same jutsus and power. I wonder how he's gonna win.
Come chat about anime on our Discord, and if you're interested in live reactions, make sure to follow us on Twitch. Both will be linked in the description below.
If you would like our full uncut reaction to this Naruto Shippuden episode and get a few weeks ahead of the YouTube videos, make sure to check out our Patreon. The link is also down in the description below. Now onto the anime. Ikimashou.
Octopops.
教えてくれやしねえか。あの態度だもんな。他人のことをペラペラ喋るのは好きじゃないんだが。ナルト、お前は B さんと同じ人中力だしな。キュービを安定させるのも世界平和につながる。いいだろう。サンキューだってばよ。さっきお前に言ったな。同じ人中力ならどういう生き様を歩いてきたか想像できるだろうと。想像通りだ。大きな力は恐れ。
Oh shit!
He always had the glasses. He was born with them.
嫌がられてきた。だが B さんは落ち込むことも
Wow.
なかった。ただひたすらに明るく、いつも周りを和ませていた。何より人中力としての自分を恥じるどころか、自らをアピールし、俺が思うに誇りを持って己を表現してきたように見えた。なぜ人中力である己にそこまで誇りを持てたか。それはおそらく兄、ライカゲ様のためだ。元井のおっちゃんが俺の代わりにタコのおっさんに頼んでくれってばよ。修行のコツをさ。それはできない。なんでだよ。俺にそんな資格はない。俺は B さんを
What?
B さんと同じ人中力のお前ならあの出来事について話せそうだ。あの出来事ってあれは30年前のことだ。
30 years ago?
How old is B?
Holy crap.
あの当時人中力の力はまだ8尾の力を完璧にコントロールできるようなものではなかった。8尾は何度も暴走し、隠れを破壊していた。
No, they can hold him down.
Is this what the Great Nation War is gonna be like? Try to chain down the tail beast.
There's no way this is gonna work.
Which one is him? Is it this one? I can't even tell.
The one that has the stripe on his nose? I don't know. I haven't seen him yet. Oh! Oh my god.
Oh.
That's why he's hornless.
So そして多くの死傷者のうちの一人に俺の父親がいた。
I want to revenge.
あなたは B さんに父親を。
That's why.
だから。いや違う。
Hmm?
B さんと俺は友達だった。父が亡くなった時、俺たちはまだ5歳だった。父を殺した人中力は8尾を抜き取られ封印した時に死んだ。先代の人中力だ。
Oh. What wasn't B?
How does he look like a 30-year-old man in a kid's body with those glasses?
Oh, that's why he hated him.
It was the 8-tails he's after.
また多くの犠牲者が出る。そう思っていた。B さんはいつも笑っていた。知らずにいつも笑っている B さんがだんだん憎くなった。 B さんを殺せば8尾も死ぬと思っていた。
Is that not the case?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
It seems like the hosts always die, but the tail beast still lives.
He turned around and he deflected it.
Yeah, he didn't even do anything.
What? Does he even know? He doesn't even know.
B さんを後ろから襲った。が失敗し、
Oh my god, what the hell?
I think it hit his sword or something.
Yeah.
B さんは俺だと気づいたのかもしれない。B さんの後をつけるように監視し続けていた。でも俺だけじゃなかった。
He's like Naruto of their village.
B さんは何度も里の者たちから疎まれ嫌われてきた。ずっとな。
What the hell is wrong with people?
Isn't he the Raikage's brother? How can they do this to him?
Yeah, I don't know.
政治のために勝手に人中力にされ、里を守るために存在しているにもかかわらず、里の者たちから阻害され続ける。
Dude, that is so stupid.
いつかは本当のことを B さんにも話さなければと思っている。でなければ懺悔にはならない。
Oh, he's still there.
I think it's because he's aware of the thoughts. It's not that
Oh.
that thing's following him, because that is him, right?
Huh.
It's just that he's aware of those thoughts now. He's aware of what he's thinking.
I wonder if
He himself
the
is
true
thinking.
self is gonna follow him around now. Is it actually gonna follow him around?
That's why he was thinking, like, how convenient of him.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're only clinging to him now because of everything he's done. But before, they didn't care about him. They hated him.
Yeah.
奴らにとって消し去りたい過去の遺物だ。ガーラは風影なんだぞ。確かに。里のみんなに信じてもらえるなんて自信がねえよ。
It feels like it's just temporary. He probably thinks like if he messes up, they might just hate him again. Because they're only liking him right now because of everything he's done, right? But if something goes wrong, they might just turn on him again.
It's his fear. What?
Naruto, 何してる？
That's not even him. Yamato's face, you see him?
It doesn't even look like it.
Triangle.
Yo, I thought he was being serious for a second because of the intense music.
Yeah, right?
As well.
How's he so loud? Oh!
Oh my god. When he's in the tail beast form.
He's just really loud?
I guess so, because he's taking that form, right? Oh my god, what the fuck?
Wow.
He doesn't want to think about the negative
Yeah.
stuff. That was cute.
Naruto wants to rap too now. I didn't expect that. I thought Killer Bee was gonna be shocked or not the way he handled it.
Cause he only, I think the thing is he knew, but it's just like he only wants to remember the good things. Cause if he just keeps thinking about the negative things, he'll just be dwelling on it, right? So that's okay. Well, actually, I have a question about this. So you know how last time we were talking, like, can the tail beast die? But in this case, like, the host died, but then
They transferred
the
it.
tail beast was there.
No,
So they
did
extracted
transfer
it?
Yeah, they extracted it.
From the person because
Yeah.
they lost control.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the same thing that they're doing with the Akatsuki's. They're like taking it out of the person and then putting it into somebody else.
Yeah, but in the Akatsuki's, they're storing it in the ghetto statue. That's the only difference. Did they say that he got extracted? Yeah.
Wait.
Wait.
Extracted and sealed, yeah.
No, that's when the father died. Jinchuriki that killed my father died. They
So
extracted
they extracted it because he couldn't control it anymore.
in
So
in that sealing urine thing.
Yeah,
He
sealing
died at
urn.
that time already.
Yeah, the sealing urn.
Holy shit!
So I think what happened was like the Jinchuriki lost control of the tail beast. So then what they did was extracted the tail beast and sealed it, put it in the sealing urn.
But he would have died.
And then the individual died. It's kind of like the same as the Akatsuki's when they do it.
Yeah,
when they
okay,
extract it, the host dies.
You're right.
And then they can put it in somebody else.
Because before is always supposed to be they transfer it directly to another person right away. But in this case, they're able to seal it away in an object and then transfer it again to a new host.
So yeah, so now I guess I kind of see why they're these tail beasts are so frustrated and angry. They just keep sealing them. Like they're just trying to escape and just go live their life or whatever. But then the people just keep treating them as weapons. So then they're like sealing them, capturing them, sealing them. Like think about it. The tail beast probably doesn't even know what's happening. Like because like when they lose control, it's not like the tail beast is purposely like saying like, because we have the narrative that when they lose control, it's because the tail beast is trying to come out and like fuck everything up, right? But that actually might not be the case, because the power and the chakra of the tail beast is just so strong that the host themselves might not be able to control it, right? So in that case, obviously it's going to start leaking out, and then the tail beast comes out. It's not like the tail beast might not even be trying to do that.
Like,
but
the
obviously
host is not strong enough?
Yeah, that might not even be the case. Like, they might be trying to just escape, but they might not even be trying to escape to like destroy or cause destruction, right? But we keep having this narrative that they're trying to escape so that they can cause destruction, but that might not be the case. They might just be trying to get out because it's like, well, they're being sealed, they have no idea why, and then every time that they do come out, they're just treated like that.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, they're attacking just because they don't even know what's going on, right? Or maybe they want revenge because they've always been sealed.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it two ways. It's just like, one, if they are chill, it's maybe they're just wanting to get out, but at the same time, it's also like, think about it from their point of view. Like, they keep being sealed, so it's like maybe they do want to revenge, but it's because how they're being treated, right? It's kind of fucked up, man, if you think about it. Like, they don't necessarily even really need. Well, obviously, right now, because of the Fourth Great Ninja War, they need the Jinchuriki. But if you think about it, they didn't even really need to keep having these Jinchuriki. Like, why couldn't they just keep the tail beast in that urn until they like really needed it,
and then use it? Because I feel like the host wouldn't be able to utilize it.
Yeah,
they need training.
It's true.
Like, they wouldn't have, if they're being attacked, they wouldn't have enough time to transfer it and then get them to get used to it.
True. But that's the thing, though. They were like, there was just so much tension between the nations that it forced every nation to do this, right?
Yeah, that's what they said, yeah.
MOTOI is basically saying that it's really difficult for people to actually control these tail beast powers, but they just kept trying. Yeah. They just kept trying because they want to keep maintaining the power
balance.
Because
if you give up your tail beast, then you're screwed. The other villagers are gonna attack you.
But that was just like them being afraid that would happen, though. Just because you lost your Jinchuriki doesn't mean that all of a sudden everyone's gonna be attacking you. It's just that they had like a chance that they might do that.
I would say the chances are pretty high because tensions were so high back then. It's kind of like now, right? Like with nuclear weapons, everyone's armed. No one's using it, but everyone's armed.
Yeah,
no one's gonna de-arm their nuclear missiles.
But then in this case, it's like scary because they can't control it. Because like with the nuclear weapons that we have right now, right? It's not like we're constantly having people dying trying to control this thing. Whereas for these Jinchuriki, that was the case.
And the missiles don't have feelings. The tail beasts have feelings.
Yeah, the tail beasts have feelings. That's fucked up.
Yeah, if you think of it in that kind of perspective, now it's kind of, we're doing a wrong to the tail beasts. Like, even if you do set them free, there's always going to be someone that's going to be like, these guys are strong. I'm going to go try to take them.
Yeah, kind of like how Madara is trying to take them
pretty much, yeah. Wow, I'm surprised how strong Killer Bee was. Like, he had a hard time, but it didn't seem like he ever showed it.
Because he wanted to be strong for his brother. Such a wholesome reason.
Yeah, wow.
He knew that his goal was to control the tail beast in order to protect his brother, the Raikage. It's kind of funny, though, because the last couple episodes, he kind of just, like, dipped out of the village.
He was sick of being jailed in the village.
Man, when Naruto started like acknowledging his true feelings, that was like so painful because like obviously for us, we're just seeing it happen, right? Like we're not the ones being affected by it. So I think for him, there's still like this inner resentment for
trauma.
For all the things that the village has done to him in the past. Like he can't just suddenly forget about it. Like I think for the villagers, it's so easy for them to just suddenly be like, oh, Naruto's a cool guy, right? Because he's doing all these things to show it to them. But for the village, they are still yet to get Naruto's trust in that sense. because Naruto has been proving them time and time again, like, he's a great guy, so now they're, like, starting to believe in Naruto because of that. But the village hasn't really done anything to earn Naruto's trust back, aside from just showing up and being like, hey, you're cool now. But, like, that doesn't make up for everything that they've done in the past, right?
How would they make up for it?
That's the thing, though. They have to, it's, like, it's gonna take time and, like, effort, I think.
I feel like time
from both parties. Like, Naruto, first of all, has to be willing to forgive what everybody has done to him in the past and, like, move on from that.
Yeah.
Like, that's one thing. And then the other thing is that the village has to be willing to try to gain Naruto's trust. But
I feel like the villagers don't even know that this is an issue.
Yeah, they don't, right? That's why they were acting so casual of him. And that's why he's like, he was like saying like, oh, what did he say? Like, oh, it's so convenient for you. How convenient for them, right? Because they never had to endure all those years of like bullying.
Yeah, and then they just decide that they want to support them. Yeah, I can see
it's
that.
Like when somebody doesn't like you and then all of a sudden you're successful now and they're like all trying to be buddy with you. It's like you have resentment towards them because, well, you've never treated me nicely, and now that I'm doing well, now you want to talk to me. It's like then in a sense it almost feels like they're only here for you because of your success rather than you as a person, right? And I think for Naruto that's like a really big thing.
How is the village going to acknowledge this issue and earn Naruto's trust? I feel like none of them acknowledge this.
I think he has to like, I think Naruto has to mess up and then they have to still like him after.
Is that how it is?
I feel like that has to be something that happens. Because right now they only like him because he's been doing well like every single time. Like he's been on the winning side every time. Right? But if he were to like not win for once.
I mean, he failed the Sasuke mission. They were worried that how he was feeling. Or when Jiraiya died, they were worrying about how Naruto feels. Do you know what I mean? It seems like this is more of an internal kind of issue for Naruto. Let's say the villagers they support him now, but they don't know that this is an issue to Naruto. This is Naruto accepting that the villagers have changed, and he needs to forgive them.
Oh, I see. Maybe that's the whole thing about the true self, his battle of the true self. Then it's for him to accept and forgive. I think he probably hasn't forgiven everybody. Yeah, like he's kind of just had it in the back of his mind.
Yeah, deep down. Yeah,
but deep down,
that's what the true self says. Deep down, inside there's something. He
hasn't forgiven. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Because he didn't. It wasn't all just success for him. He did fail a few times, and they're still
okay with him. They're worried on him. They liked him. This is more of a eternal struggle. Internal struggle. Yeah. Maybe that's why the true self battle. You have to beat them by acknowledging it. Yeah. But I wonder how B did it.
That's rough though. Like how could maybe B can give him some advice, like talk.
What would B's
But the thing is, it's like
battle be like because
he has to forgive everybody because he seems like he has a good relationship with his village now, right? Because before it seemed they were like throwing eggs at him, but in this current time, B like hosts concerts and they all show up.
But I'm saying when B was doing his true self test, do you think because it seemed like they did say he passed it very easily, like he did it in no time. I think it's because of B's character to begin with. He's very positive. So for him to forgive the villagers, it was very easy for him. I don't know, that's how I'm seeing it. Compared to Naruto, right? Naruto did suffer, but he always had the sad swing scene, always being alone.
Oh yeah, you're right.
He had no one, right? Until Iruka came along, versus B had his brother's support. And he was positive throughout, even though eggs were being thrown at him, he was still like rapping, trying to have fun. We don't really know if he's obviously not enjoying it, but for him to pass the test easily, he must have forgave the villagers.
Yeah. Maybe because for B, like, it seems like he only really tries to focus on the positive things. Because, like, he was able to forgive MOTOI really easily as well. Like, I think he's more focused on the positive things that people have done for him rather than the negative things. Whereas I think for Naruto, he seems like he's always been kind of dwelling on the past Well, at least from what we've seen, he's
yeah.
always thinking about like how people used to treat him.
Because he always relates with the people.
Yeah, and even now it's like very prominent. Like it's not just when he was in original Naruto. Even now he's always thinking back to his childhood when people were treating him poorly. So I think he hasn't
fully
forgiven or forgot his past.
Yeah.
Whereas I think for Killer B, maybe if he was the main character, he wouldn't really be thinking back to those specific scenes probably. Maybe sometimes, but I think he would be trying to think more about positive things that have happened in his life.
I agree too.
Maybe that's why. So like maybe the flashbacks, you know how we always kind of make fun of it, like he's always thinking back to the swing scene, etc.
Yeah.
But we always thought that it was just there for anime purposes.
Like for us?
Yeah, for us or for like the anime purposes, right? But maybe that's just there because it's kind of like Naruto's actual thoughts. It's like he can't forget, he hasn't forgiven them yet. That's why he keeps thinking of that.
I mean, if we say it that way, yeah, he hasn't.
Yeah, if they actually did it that way, it's actually really well done. Because we've never even thought about it, right? We always just think like, oh, it's an anime. They keep thinking back to the trauma, right? But it's not just for us, it's actually Naruto that is the one that keeps thinking about the past.
And I feel like another thing is that it seems to me Killer B already knew his goal as Jinchuriki to protect the Raikage and the village, right? Whereas Naruto, they kind of just lied to him and hide it from him that he's the nine-tailed fox, like shunned upon. Whereas they didn't see him as his goal was to protect the Hokage and to protect the village. So there's also that as well.
Yeah, I guess for him, he doesn't really have a specific goal for actually achieving this Jinchuriki power. Remember when they did the flashback to when Naruto was training with Jiraiya and Jiraiya was trying to convince him to master his Jinchuriki powers, and then Naruto was like, I can't do this, like there's no goal for me to do this, like he says like with the Rasengan it was to kind of catch up to the 4th Hokage, but then for this nine-tailed fox he has no reason to be doing it. So maybe it's because also he has a lack of motivation or goal to actually achieve this. Whereas for B, like we said, he had a clear goal in mind that he needed this Jinchuriki power to protect his brother and the village, right? Mainly for his brother. But for Naruto, he doesn't really have a reason, like motivation for him to actually be pursuing this. So maybe that's why.
I mean, this whole time they didn't really give him time to pursue it. Like, time is now that he's doing this. But yeah, I would say so. I guess he kind of tried it before. Yeah, but I think really,
but I think that dialogue that he had with Jiraiya, do you remember when he was like talking about it? I think that really shows that even if he did have time to do it, it's not really like something that he really wants to do.
I wonder if that changed. That change.
I think that has
itself to now.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it has to change for him to be able to master this. He has to want to do it.
Yeah, because it seems like now he actually does want to control the nine-tailed fox. That's why he's even doing this training now. Maybe just because of his current situation with the war coming up and Sasuke. He realized, and B's able to control it completely. He now realizes that it's possible, and maybe that's driving him to try to figure it out now.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. And if you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Peace.